Good morning. I'm Grishma. I'm here to discuss a case which is Codelfa Constructions Private Limited versus State Railway Authority of New South Wales. In the background of the case, Codelfa is referred as the plaintiff and the State Railway Authority is the defendant. In this case, Codelfa entered into a contract to work on Eastern Suburb Railways. In the contract, Codelfa was supposed to finish the task within 130 weeks. However, construction ended up taking longer than expected because Codelfa was restrained to work at night on the construction project. Here, the contract was made on a common understanding between the parties where they believed the defendant was safe by law in regards to any external actions, by which the case has identified two major issues. At first, whether or not a term can be implied in a contract as to the working hours are concerned, whether the contract had been frustrated by injunctions and would entitle Codelfa to recover on a quantum merit, meaning to be paid for its services rendered. For the case, in order to meet its requirements, must follow certain rules or conditions. In relation to the terms of contract can be implied from words, meaning implied from express words that can imply without stating. Also, the contract can be implied by necessity. Here we can refer to the BP Refinery Private Limited versus Hasslingshire Council as an example. Also, the contract can be implied by customs, by industry, by law, either common law or by statute. Here it is not easy to imply terms by necessity because we need to meet all the 5 criteria under it, which are reasonable and enforceable, necessary to give business efficacy, so obvious that it goes without saying. Here we can refer to the Moorcock case as an example, consistent with the express terms and capable of clear expressions. Now, when it comes to the application of these rules, this case has implied by necessity, which is so obvious that it goes without saying. But for a term can only be implied when they are obvious and necessary to give business efficacy, without which the contract is inefficient or ineffective. Therefore, the implied term was breached because Codelfa failed to finish the task within the given time. Well, concluding the case, the parties implied the term to be obvious, but the High Court denied to imply the term by necessity because it is something which is not obvious, as the performance conducted was totally different from the actual performance, which leads to frustration of the contract. Therefore, Codelfa was entitled to be paid for its services. Finally, the significance of the case to the Australian law of contract depends on the frustration of the contract. At common law, contracts which fall due for performance before the frustrating event are still considered to be in operation. This case, moreover, it has referred to other different cases, that is supported other cases, as I've already mentioned earlier, the Moorcock case and the BP Refinery Private Limited versus Hasslingshire Council case. Therefore, it fits under the terms of a contract and under the current legal system. Thank you.